It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Me trying to see what I look like on that camera. Zoom.
What the?
I don't know what I look like on the fucking camera.
Okay, what I used to do when I was shooting this podcast out of my mom's spot, I used to have a monitor, a big TV, where I could switch the angles.
But then you couldn't stop looking at it, huh?
Yeah, I would have it right here, and the guest would be like, I'm looking at myself. This is distracting. And I'd be like, okay, then let's probably not have that. What's up?
Oh, that's it. Are these going?
Yeah, these are going.
Okay.
Everything's going.
Sure.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. No, my OCD has definitely made me have a specific, very specific process with that. Was crazy. ADHD.
Yes.
But that's a good thing to have an ADHD about.
Neurodivergent. I like to sing in a way, like sing like random like sentences throughout the day in a way where it's like Hannah Montana could use this as like a bridge between scenes.
Uh-huh.
You know, like
yeah,
like that.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah.
And then just go into the next thing. Yeah, what kind of kid were you? I don't know if we talked about that on the last episode.
Oh my God. What kind of a loaded question is that?
I don't know.
Give me some direction.
I see what kind of adult you are, but if you were to just kind of give me a day in the life of what Tyler Lauren was as a kid, I'm like curious.
I was like my parents are young souls.
Mm-hmm.
And the running joke is like I like came out the womb with the soul of like an 8-year-old like fucking white man. Like I was little and I was like, Golden Girls is my shit, bitch. like I was the kid. This is also like due to my grandparents, but I was like the kid in kindergarten. Everyone's like, "What's your favorite cereal?" And I was like, Raisin Bran be hitting.
Damn.
And they're like, "Bitch, we were gonna say Fruit Loops."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're all about Vicks, aren't you? You seem like you should be sponsored by Vicks.
Well, I feel like that was against my will though.
Oh.
Wasn't it against all of our will?
To apply Vicks to our skin? Or
yeah.
Any broken skin
like,
or dry thing?
Like anything. Like why is it on my face? Why is it on my chest?
My grandma used to apply it to me with her arthritic hands. So
Bro,
it would
I'm gonna get arthritis. I already know.
What are the precursors that you're feeling right now?
My Lola has arthritis pretty bad, and basketball players know our joints age at like triple speed.
Well, are you doing any physical therapy to slow down that process?
I'm not doing no damn physical therapy.
Okay, all
the
right.
fuck do I look like? A healthy bitch?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like I'm pretty sure you must take care of yourself.
Okay.
I mean, speaking of which,
I did go to Stretch Lab.
What is
time.
What is that?
Oh, you have to go.
I have to go?
You have to go.
I can't even touch my toes. I don't know if I should go to
They
this
stretch
thing.
you out.
I don't.
They do an assessment.
Okay. That's scary already.
First of all, they said stand in front of this iPad. Why did I say it like that?
iPad.
You are from Wisconsin. That was like a Filipino from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Okay, we're gonna try that again. So first, I stood in front of an iPad, and then they were like high-tech software, like stand here, and then we're gonna have you like just do like a basic squat, whatever. So I did like 2 squats. Then it's like loading, and they're like, okay, this hip is overcompensating. It showed like this shoulder like does this more than the other, like whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? From 2 squats on an iPad? That's
How
crazy.
is that even possible?
I don't know. And then so that was the assessment, and then they stretch you out, and then like they do all these different things, like what you want to focus on, and like you can pay for different lengths of sessions. So I did like an hour long. I'm just telling you, it changed my life. I only went once, and I was like, this is the best thing
And
ever.
you never have to go back again, you think?
No, they literally want me to come back like every week. Do I? No.
I mean, it sounds like it's a really expensive thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty good if someone just walks on my back once and I'm good to go.
Walks on your back is crazy.
Yeah, that's the only type of massage I want.
Did I do that to like uncles and like my dad and whatever growing up? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like I want that to be done to me? I don't know. Well, it feels like it's survival instincts at a certain point.
To walk on someone's back?
To not want somebody to walk on my back.
Oh, I guess so. When's the last time someone walked on your back? No one's ever walked on your back.
Probably not since the first Obama administration.
2008.
2000 and late.
Crazy. No, I mean, I need someone of a specific height and mass to do it because my fiance, she's 4'11", so when she goes on there,
you did tell me that.
It does nothing. She's so tiny.
We would probably look crazy standing next to each other.
Oh, my fiance and you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would. You look like the Pokemon that she would probably evolve into.
There's no topping that. I fucking hate doing podcasts with people who do stand-up comedy. Because then here I am.
I've only
just
done it a
boring
few times. You're not boring. You just straight up said I don't know, you're talking about the stretch lab I ain't ever heard of. I mean, I think
Vacaville. It's right next to a really good poke spot.
Of course it's in Vacaville. That makes sense.
Right across from the outlets.
I have to update you, by the way. After our last podcast a year ago, we were talking so much about gout and making fun of gout. Guess who got gout? I got gout a week after that podcast. It's crazy. It's crazy. I got gout and I was in denial. I was going through all the stages of grief, but with gout.
You manifested the gout?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I feel a responsibility.
It was because we were both just talking mad and it's been like this in everything about my life. I talked about my brother's pimples. I got pimples. I talked about... What?
What?
What? Yeah, what? What do you mean, well?
I mean, I feel... Yacian is behind the camera holding his chest.
Uh-huh. Was that offensive of me? I mean, everyone made fun of their, like, older siblings' whatevers, right?
Yeah. I feel like that's a canon event.
Yeah?
That's fine.
And-
Well, that's fine. Is it like a...
It's like pimples, then gout.
Yeah, I guess there's a big difference in there, like from a facial kind of thing that most people go through to getting
There's
this
levels
ailment.
to the shit. I feel like there's levels to the shit. One, I feel like... Okay, you do hit, like, siblings below the belt, though.
Yeah.
You know? Like, maybe it would be fucked up if it was, like, you could make fun of your sibling for some shit that would be fucked up to make fun of your cousin about.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Sibling thing. Oh, and he was already this older brother that was kind of mean to me in the most loving way, in a way that an older brother is. So it's kind of just like, all is fair.
Okay, so you're younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who cares?
Mm-hmm. He would do this thing to me where he would pin me down, stick his tongue out, and let all of the saliva concentrate to the tip of his tongue until it fell on me and I couldn't dodge it. So not only it's kind of seeing your life flash before your eyes because it's so slow, but you know it's going to happen.
See, I don't have a sister.
Uh-huh.
And I always talk about there's no way I could have a sister. There's no way.
Why?
Two main reasons. The first one is, in a lot of ways, like, my parents and I are, like, opposite. Like, not in every way. And, like, we joke about it. Like, just, like, small personality things. So I feel like, for example, if I had a sister, she would be, like, the same as my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd be, like, fucking fighting for my life.
Oh, shit.
The second reason is, if I had a sister, I feel like that's close quarters to share with another child that is the same gender as me, another girl, and that's a lot of factors that are going into, like, that's a perfect storm for an ass beating.
I guess so.
You know?
Well, in your brain, are you thinking of a younger sister or older sister right now?
I usually think of younger by only, like, a couple of years. That's, like, how I've envisioned it.
Okay, I see that.
But also, like, growing up, I was very, like, I don't want people to touch my shit. Is that undiagnosed OCD?
No.
Okay.
I had something similar to that. You know how cousins, you know, with your friends, sometimes you could, like, hey, try my drink, and then you drink from the same straw. It's fine and whatnot. At family parties, I would have this kind of ritual of having a Diet Coke, not wanting to share it with anyone.
Hold on. Pause.
What?
Diet Coke at what age?
Yo, leave me alone, dude. 6 years old?
You were fucking, like, eating, like, fucking stevia and shit. Huh?
Yeah, I was trying to cancel out the
Yeah?
rice. Yeah, I mean, it was really bad. I still drink Diet Coke to this age.
This fucking guy.
What's going on? I saw that. What the fuck is this? What do you think I'm a 2-year-old?
I saw that.
You're the type of person that would spell a word in front of me hoping that, like, I wouldn't get it. I'm sick
Yeah.
of this guy's SHIT.
Yeah. You're like, what? Stuff? What are you talking about?
Now that this is our second episode together, I feel that we're getting a little more comfortable, and this is the part where we're like, at
You think?
first we were a little more cordial, and now we're kind of, maybe the claws are out a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like based on the social media response we got after the first one, I don't give a fuck. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I care about the quality.
Yeah.
As far as, like, we're concerned.
Yeah.
But as far as, like, being, like, extra kosher for the viewers, it's like, I'm gonna get called a slur. by someone who probably is my cousin in the comments.
Yeah.
The stakes are not as high these days.
I'm getting called a slur right now as we speak, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, this other... Well, anyway, let me finish this Diet Coke ritual.
ADHD. Hello, I'm from the fucking Midwest today.
Hi, I'm from the iPad, and I have a lot of ADHD. I don't even think that's Midwest.
Day, bro.
9 p.m.?
Okay. They didn't know what time it was. You didn't have to do that.
I'll bleep it in the future. Future Christian, bleep that. Is that better?
It's fine. Now everyone knows what my bedtime is. It's okay.
Is your bedtime this early?
What's my bedtime? What would you say? He witnessed me. He witnessed me shut down. Let's hold on. Okay, remember the Diet Coke story. Okay, so I can read this.
Okay,
I can read this text and then we can get back to it. Okay, the other day we're working. We're at my house. Yeah. I start falling asleep on the couch. He ends up leaving. I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning. He's gone. And I was like, oh my God, I totally fell asleep when he was still here. And then he left. This is the text that I got.
Wow, I haven't been in that kind of situation. But
when you wake up at 3 a.m., this is from him. When you wake up at 3 a.m., 1, yes, you did in fact get unplugged mid-sentence with the Windows logging off sound. It was actually record timing that I've seen someone fall asleep. That was the first part of that text.
Wait, you said mid-sentence you knocked out?
Yeah.
Are we doing that?
Critiquing somebody's shot on like a game, and then just mid-sentence just...
That's concerning. I at least finish my sentence.
I'm anemic. Does that get...
You should work on that.
This was like maybe 2 minutes before this. I see her get under this blanket on the couch, and she's getting cozy. I'm like, you take your makeup off yet?
Because he knows, like, you got to take your makeup. Because I'd be like, take my makeup off.
You get upset about that.
Yeah. And before, when I've gotten sleepy, when he's there, I'll be like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take off my makeup, and I'll come back down. He was like, did you take your makeup off yet? And I was like, no. And he was like, are you gonna? Because you're looking like you're getting really cozy. And I was like, it's fine. I'll do it when I go upstairs. Literally woke up at like 1:30.
You know what you should do? You should come up with a way of punishment. I know that sounds aggressive.
Okay,
I had a
sounds
friend.
Catholic.
That's exactly where it's probably coming from. I had a friend that came up with.
Colonization.
It's the fucking Europeans. I had this friend who, if she were to fall asleep without brushing her teeth, you know, because she's the type of person to smoke some weed and get too cozy, watch a movie and knock out and wake up with bad breath type thing.
Okay.
She would punish herself the next day by not allowing herself to eat out. Does that make sense? So it's a very low stakes punishment, but still, she would be disciplined enough to be
feel
like
that choice has been taken from us in some regards due to the economy. What year was this?
This was 2000 and maybe 13. I don't know.
See?
But like, okay, insert punishment here.
See?
You know what, guys? Fine. Fall asleep without brushing your teeth.
Guys, we are straying from the plot. Diet Coke.
It's not even that interesting anymore. All I would do is that, okay, I had this OCD thing where I didn't want to share my Diet Coke with any of my cousins, right? So I would mark my Diet Coke rather than having a random wounded soldier Diet Coke that any cousin could grab and drink from and lay down. I had a Diet Coke that would only partially be open. The can would only partially be open, and that's how I knew it was mine. And I would, the only way I could get the Diet Coke out of that thing is if I would suck on it like a bottle. Don't like that sentence. And it's like an OCD thing that I don't do anymore as a 31-year-old man.
I'm thinking about the like compromised flow coming out of the Diet Coke.
It's tough. Keep going with that thought and then I'll finish.
Hold on. He gasped first.
Because I have a rebuttal. You
just go with your rebuttal because now I'm like, what is this about to be?
Okay. I drink things too fast. With the constricted flow.
Fuck?
Hear me out.
Okay.
With a constricted flow of cracking my Diet Coke open partially, it would slow down my consumption of Diet Coke. And now something that would typically last me 5 minutes would now last me 15 minutes. Because now I got to work for that thing.
All right.
Come on, guys. What the fuck, guys? What the hell?
So you were like the kid who like gets like milk tea and like that shit is gone.
Gone. Have you seen the size of those straws? Easy flow.
I'm gonna fucking leave right now. I'm gonna fucking walk out. Oh my god.
You don't have any of those isms? You don't have like a weird thing
No,
where
you
have
know
your...
why? Because I have a Catholic ass fucking grandmother.
Okay.
Filipino grandmother. Here come the slurs. Here come the slurs in the comments. No. Okay. We would fucking ration shit unnecessarily. You would think that this is like fucking industrial revolution times. Like she'd get like from Costco like the pack of like the chocolate covered macadamia nuts.
Yeah.
And then be like, you can only have one of these. And she'd be like, the way I have a vivid memory of like, she would like give me one and be like, savor it. Like, because I would like chomp it and I'm chewing it. And she's like, savor it. You have to suck it and then savor it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, and so now I have complexes and shit as an adult.
Where you savor things.
Yes. And I'm like, why am I rationing shit?
Or do you... Because I've heard of instances where childhood moments like that could cause the opposite. Where because I had to ration my chocolate macadamias, now when you get a box, you just consume that whole thing because you can now.
Well, I do have a sugar problem.
Ooh, me too.
It's gotten a lot better in recent months because I really like fucking locked in. But like, if you just let me go...
What does locking in mean? So, like, let's say you see a box of chocolates or whatever the fuck you like eating. How do you lock in? How does Tyler lock in and kind of mitigate the consumption of these chocolates?
Well, like, as we know, like, the more sugar you have, the more you crave it.
No, what? That's a thing?
Yeah. Your body craves sugar when you have it more.
Dude, what? Okay, wait, because my whole idea was that if I have a lot of it right now, my body will reject it, and I don't...
Maybe if you, like, do it to the point, like, you get sick, but, like, no, like, it's, like, that's why, like, sugar, like, functions in our body the same way that, like, addictive drugs do. Like, the same shit happens in our brain.
Right, okay, keep going.
So, like, when I, like, first started being like, all right, I'm gonna, like, get my health shit back together, like, last year, I had to, like, lock in for, like, because, like, it would be, like, every day. My mom makes this joke where she'd be like, sometimes, because we talked about my sleep patterns and shit. And like, sometimes I would just like wake up, like I would go to sleep and I wake up at like 3 a.m. Like that's just, viewers, that's just what happens. That's just what I'd be doing. Like that's a normal thing. But like my mom would like find me, like I fell asleep on the couch and there's like a chocolate wrapper. And she's like, girl, this is what happens to alcoholics, like with fucking like alcohol bottles. And you got the Hershey's cookies and cream bar.
You get your fix.
My fix
in the
at
middle
nighttime.
of the night.
In the still of the
Whoa,
night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So then I had to like lock in and be like, okay. Because I never wanted to get to a spot where I was like super restrictive, like no sugar. I think that's like kind of bullshit, honestly. Like no judgment, but like I don't think that's sustainable. But I was like, I do need to reduce my sugar intake. And because of the addiction part of it, I have to like lock in for like 2-3 days and like do no sugar for like 2-3 days so that my body can like balance out. And then that like, even that just helped.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I felt like I relapsed into sugar because during the holidays I did like a no sugar
Stevia.
rule. That's what you do is stevia?
That's what you've been doing since you were a child, apparently.
Oh, yeah. The aspartame and all of that shit. It's not good. I understand it's not good.
Okay.
But I have a problem with sweets, so I cut it off cold turkey in December and lasted until January. And I just binged when I
This
bought...
past December?
Yeah. I only lasted a month. I was looking good.
Like
that
before the holidays?
month. Yeah.
What
I
is
was
wrong
really good.
with you?
I know. There was a whole pecan pie. I had one pecan off that pie. And I was like...
That's the part that you had off the pie. One pecan.
One pecan. Because it's either if I have a little bit, it snowballs. It snowballs.
Okay.
When people
fair.
say if you have one Dorito chip,
Do you like pumpkin pie?
it's okay, but I could fuck it up if I was back
I heard
into
there's
a
like
corner.
a cult follow. Okay.
I don't know. I just wanted to.
I heard there's like a cult following where like people like eat pumpkin pie like cold, like how like people eat pizza cold. It's like people are like, oh, pumpkin pie right out of the fridge. Like,
Is pumpkin
like-
pie supposed to be eaten warm?
I'm black, so I don't know. We don't fucking eat that shit.
Oh, I see.
Sweet potato pie.
Ooh, that's good.
Let me tell you what I fucking made for Thanksgiving. I asked my parents, can I take over the sweet potato pie department? Because usually we do like a sweet potato casserole, like, you know, like with the marshmallows and shit. But like, it's for me. My parents don't even really fuck with that. Like my dad will fuck with some of the like mashed sweet potatoes, but he's like, get the fucking marshmallows off of this. And my mom's like, I'm not touching that. So I was like, since this is mostly for me, let me try some, let me chef it up.
Okay.
From scratch. I made an ube fucking pie
Shut up.
with
I'm
a
sorry,
marshmallow meringue
Ugh.
torched on the top.
Ugh. And this was your first time making it, or is this something you
Yeah.
saw on TikTok, or
First
this
time-
was just
Nah, fuck TikTok. Well,
whole other topic?
I'm not even going into that. But first time making it, and I just kind of thought about it. I saw something like a reel, and like someone made a pie with like a marshmallow meringue toasted on the top, and like didn't we have a hot chocolate with torching it? See, okay. I also made him a hot cocoa one time when he came over. Like we were doing work.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Do you want a hot cocoa?" He was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Okay, I'm about to do some crazy shit. Just like let me cook."
Mm-hmm.
And I literally torched marshmallows on the top, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Fancy.
Okay, so I already know how to torch shit. I got the torch, right? Okay. I watched that reel and I said, I could do a 2-in-1 of the sweet potato casserole kind of concept and sweet potato pie, but then also my southern black side fusion with the Filipino side.
Wow.
Come on.
Everything was just kind of put into that pie culturally. That sounds good. I'm salivating right now. That's really...
When I make more, then I'll drop some off.
Please.
I really will.
This is immortalized. You are saying this.
Well,
You know how people say, "Oh, dude, like, yeah, man, let's for show. Like, I'll hit you up and let's hang." You're saying this about something that I have a slight
Yeah.
addiction to, which is
well, the thing is, I really
sweet.
love to cook, but like I sometimes have to make it in quantities that's like not healthy for me to keep in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have to be like, everyone take some.
And that's the maternal side in you. The nurturing side is that you want to feed people, so you make a lot of something and you could give it away.
Yes. Plus, I also get it a lot from my mom. Also, cancer replacement.
Mm-hmm.
But like when she's like stressed or like whatever, like it's very cathartic for her to like bake.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden I'll come downstairs and I'm like, why the fuck are there 46 fucking cookies here?
Jeez.
And she's like, just give it away to so-and-so. And I'm like, well, first I'm going to eat like 6.
Do you have a fast metabolism? Can you break this shit down easy?
I used to have a crazy fast metabolism, but it's also because I've always like played sports like hella all the time my whole life. I definitely noticed when it started slowing down though in my 20s, for sure.
Really? So when you were in your teenage years, you were able to just like
Oh,
throw
I
down
was-
a burrito.
Oh,
It was nothing.
if you took me to a buffet, like when I was a teenager, it was crazy.
Describe your buffet plate or your first experience. Like, what are you going for right when you walk into a hometown buffet?
Oh yeah. Hey, don't sleep on hometown buffet, okay? I probably go like seafood
Okay.
and then to the like red meat entree and like the appropriate sides that go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go like fruit and or like dessert.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always spin the block and go back for another savory plate after.
Spin the block and then go back for another one.
I know it's kind of wild, but it's like every time.
Damn, that's the way you're supposed to fucking do
Is
a
it?
buffet. Yeah, hell yeah.
It always made me feel like there's something wrong.
You know what my dad orders at a buffet? He asked if they had milk. Who orders milk nowadays?
I have people in my family who shall remain nameless. It's not my parents. I'll say that. I'll absolve them. Who will be like, I'll take a grilled cheese and a glass of fucking milk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't trust you at all.
I'm not staying in a closed room with you.
Because like, what?
Yeah.
You're going to have a grilled cheese like on some like white bread Kraft singles
Mm-hmm.
and then a fucking glass of milk?
Yeah.
And you think that I should trust you in your decision making and your character?
That's some like serial killer type shit.
Of course it is.
Grilled cheese is a nice in-between snack, right?
Grilled cheese with tomato soup.
That sounds real good, and you dip the grilled cheese in the tomato soup.
Yum.
That's one of those moments where you just sing randomly.
That was less Hannah Montana, but yeah.
Okay. What do you call it? Oh, I was interviewing a white person.
Oh,
Don't know why I have to say that. I was interviewing Anders, and he was saying that his family would do this. He calls it the Great Depression sandwich. It's just bread, mayo, bread. That's a thing. That's a fucking thing, dude. That's crazy. Bread, mayo, bread? Is the bread Wonder Bread? Is it toasted?
that's not a fucking sandwich.
That's, I mean, by
My
the
little
laws
cousin,
of
and
sandwiches.
I hope he watches this. We're very close. I'm
Okay.
his ate. So like, and I give him shit. But like, he's newly a teenager. He's taller than me now. I feel like now's the time where I could really start like roasting and shit.
Yeah.
The way I saw him talk about, I'm gonna eat a sandwich. He toasted the bread in a toaster, white bread in a toaster. Then he put fucking bacon on it with nothing, no butter, no condiments, no nothing. Crispy ass bacon, crispy ass fucking bread, and it was just like literally like bit it. Sounded like he fucking bit an apple, bro. It was like, and I said, I know. I literally to him, I said, I know that shit dry as hell. I know that shit's sticking in the roof of your mouth. And he's like, no, it's not. And I was like, that shit is. I know it's on the roof of your mouth. And like, no beving it at that.
Oh, that's it? Well, I mean, like us
That's nasty.
guys, I'm the type of dude that, you know.
He's about to say the craziest fucking thing right now. Okay,
My
I'm
fiance,
prepared.
I'm the type of person that'll just dry swallow pills. You know, my fiance would be like, here's a probiotic, and it'd be this big.
Like,
And-
so you're in the kitchen, she hands you a probiotic.
Yeah.
And you're just going to dry swallow it.
So literally the other day, she made me an avocado toast and put this big probiotic next to it because she's looking out for my gut health. I had a glass of water with me. I took the probiotic.
You had a glass of water with you already.
Okay, Tyler, it's a lot of work. This is work. We're doing work, right? This is work.
It's work to dry swallow. What, have you ever had to get stuck in your throat? Like a big ass, like a fish oil sized pill?
I've before, but then you just work harder and it goes down.
All right.
There's the human body is a beautiful thing. We are able to get rid of these hurdles in our life. And so
You created the hurdle.
I was creating saliva. And so I was able to down that
So-
thing.
Okay.
All right.
I have specifics. I build the saliva. No, I'm about to have this. First of all, I'm already salivating because the avocado toast looks glorious, and so yeah,
Okay.
I got myself a wet mouth already, and so I put the probiotic in, and now it goes in. So is it really dry swallowing? No, it's just ingesting.
That sounds like fucking military grade torture. That literally, you literally have water. It's not even like it genuinely is jarring to me when I see people dry swallow and they don't even have a beverage. I'm like, bitch, wait. Like, wait. It's okay. Like, you're fine. Like, wait 5 minutes. We could pull over something. We could go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
I'll get you something. Or like, we're 10 minutes from home. Wait till we get home. I'll have a headache. I'll wait. 10 minutes from home, I'll wait so I can get a bev.
Okay.
You just told me you had a fucking glass of water.
There's work to be done. I have to pick up the glass of water. It's just why I'll drink the water after I have. I'm not the type of person that drinks my beverage mid bite. You know, like I'll bite, wash it down, bite, wash it down. I'll finish my meal. I'm feeling parched. Feeling parched.
Okay.
And then I
will
drink.
say a lot of times, if it's not like a notoriously like a dry ass meal,
Yeah.
I will smash that shit and then have my bev.
See?
No, not see.
What?
Because it's not a pill in which I have the option to drink something. And like, I'm just gonna like torture myself. This is what it is. You haven't been in the trenches where some shit really got stuck in your throat.
Fishbone.
Fishbone? I was gonna just say like a fucking Dayquil. What is happening right now?
When I was
why are you doing that?
Okay. Well, because we're Filipino and
kind
we
of
would
fish?
tilapia. Bangos is already boneless.
That's not necessarily true.
Oh, I mean, they has the micro bones.
Yeah.
But already,
Those are the ones that really can get you though.
they're the ones, and it got stuck perpendicular to my to my larynx,
Perpendicular in your throat, bro.
and they're just. I remember I have trauma. Now I don't eat. Now I don't eat any fish with bones. I have to make sure it's like bangos or it's like I don't know fish fillet. So
Not to be confused with filet o fish.
not fillet of fish. No.
Okay.
I have this traumatic imagery in my brain of looking at the mirror crying as a fishbone was stuck in my throat,
Crying?
eating
Go,
rice,
whoa.
eating rice to just wash it down.
So again, here we are. Talking about washing shit down with anything but a fucking liquid. You just said wash it down with rice. This is a room full of Filipinos, and we're not even understanding that because it's that fucking crazy.
Wait, think about the physics of this, Tyler. There's a perpendicular
Use a
fishbone in
different
my
verb.
throat.
It's not wash. fuck? I washed it down with cooked rice.
Okay, what's the word that you would replace it with then?
Forced it down.
Forced it.
Right.
That's
Forced.
aggressive. That's such an aggressive
But
word.
that's the point. I don't like that you're not seeing what you're doing through a lens of that's aggressive. Dry swallowing something in 2025
Yeah.
with a glass of water in front of you.
Yes.
First world country. Literally. And you're like, nah, like I'm really built like that. That's fucking crazy.
I think there's something subconscious in my
So
ego.
your fiance doesn't say anything when she like, or okay, is she just like used to that shit by now?
She's used to it, but she still says something. She says
Okay,
the
good.
water's right there. And then by the time it's already gone, the pill's gone.
But it's not because it's right here.
I do feel it kind of traveling.
That's terrible. Like I feel like I'm proving my point over and over.
I understand that I'm wrong. Let's baseline.
Okay,
I
all right.
understand that I'm dumb boy. Dumb boy, eat pill, no water. But
Exactly. Eat pill.
eat pill.
That's the appropriate verb for what you're doing. You're fucking eating the pill.
yeah, I might as well.
Civilization has progressed to a point where they put all the magical shit in a capsule.
Yeah.
So you just gotta get it down and then it'll dissolve down here. And you're just like, well, we'll just give it some time and I can feel it going all the way down and this is okay. And there's water right there, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think I would take the probiotic and then take a bite of the avocado toast, and the avocado toast would then push it down to where it needs to go. I know I'm disappointing you, and like I know I'm not a dumb guy. I just understand that
That's why I'm disappointed.
it's a low stakes situation to me.
Because I feel like if this were most men, let's hear it. Let's hear the slurs in the comments. I feel like if this were most men, I'd be like, I'm not even going to touch that fucking problem. One crisis at a time. But I'm like, Christian? You?
Yeah, I have my moments. I have my moments where I'm like, it is easier this way, but I mean, but like I've gotten this far.
Do you need like you need to like add the adrenaline rushes? Like, have you ever gone skydiving?
No.
Would you consider it?
Yeah.
See? fundamental difference.
But I would never consider bungee jumping.
What the fuck?
There's an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Hear me out.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Of course I do.
Hillary's
Yes.
fiance.
Yes.
Hillary, will you marry me? And
that's why.
he bashes his head, and it scars me to this day.
That's like me with the SpongeBob episode where the butterfly one.
You don't like butterflies because of that.
I'm okay with butterflies. Don't come too close. I don't want to like go through the like at fucking Discovery Kingdom and like the like butterfly thing. No.
favorite part. What?
No. And they're like, you're gonna go into this little like extra compartment, like little chamber after you pass through to like do the check to make sure none are sticking to you. Mm-hmm. That sounds nightmarish.
It's just an airlock, and they kind of just, they do a check, but it's not on your face.
I don't care. The fact that you're on me and I didn't know until I looked in the mirror, I have a problem.
I guess that is crazy, yeah.
Don't like that. I also have arachnophobia, like for real.
Wow.
Fight or flight.
Where's that come from?
I don't know. That's why I'm like, did something happen to me when I was little? I don't remember. Because like I can't. That's why we have like hanging plants in my house in one corner. I can't sit there on the couch because I have a fear that a spider is gonna, and I'll lose my mind. Yeah.
Really? It's to that
Yep.
point? What? So you'll be on the couch for a little bit, but you won't
No, just
stay
the
there.
other parts of the couch where there aren't plants overhead.
Well, in the scenario that there is a spider, do you choose to kill it because you are afraid of it, or do you just
I
let it
pick
be?
up my phone and I call my father
Oh, okay.
and I say, if you don't deal with this now, then your parenting comes into question. And he's like, I'm 30 minutes away. And I'm like, the best I can do is give myself a pep talk, maybe like watch a little clip from like a documentary of like Kobe Bryant, maybe like really getting, you know, not a Laker fan, but like really get mama mentality, and then boom, put a bowl over it.
That is your prep. That is your pre-spider ritual.
It's like really not even like I'm so terrified.
Just vacuum it.
No, the
vacuum the
worst is when
spider.
like when my dad is there and I'm like, oh my God, there's a spider. And he comes in, he's like, that's not even that big. Or sometimes where he's like, it's a daddy long leg. And he'll just pick it up and put it outside.
Can't do that.
Which I'm all for like saving them. Like, that's fine. I don't want to touch it and I don't want it near me.
Yeah.
But like, you're going to pick that shit up in your hand. Also, daddy long legs fucking bite. They're like fangs or whatever. Or something what fucking spiders have. I don't know. They're not strong enough to pierce like human skin.
So that's good. That's fine. So.
Okay, but the principle of they're daddy long legs, they're so nice and whatever. Nah, them motherfuckers bite.
Oh, so.
We just don't, it can't affect us, but that's scary.
So you're saying their intent is there of being vicious. They're trying to be, but they just can't be. And that is what
it's already scary enough that there's a bunch of animals like that have the ability or the desire to bite. But then you're going to make that situation happen with something with fucking 8 legs.
Yeah, the 8 legs is crazy.
See, I'm getting itchy. We can't talk about this for that much longer.
Yeah.
I'm getting itchy.
You're like that too? You talk about something like that you don't like. Nails on a chalkboard makes me itchy.
That's the same thing with me, except it's less, because I get that too. But nails on a chalkboard is more just like the physical reaction.
Yeah, that too.
It's like the spider thing is the same physical reaction, but then there's the fear layer.
Have you seen the movie 8-Legged Freaks? You know about that? You probably, yeah. You
Let me
stay
ask you.
away
Let me
from
ask
it.
you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I
No.
look like the type of bitch after also saying I'm not really up on movies that I would be like, but 8-legged freaks.
But you do give me vibes of survive long in post-apocalyptic
100%. Most of my friends are like, if the purge happened, I'm coming to your house.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd let you in. Do I trust you?
Yeah, see?
See?
So, you're afraid of spiders, but you're not afraid of humans in a lawless land that can do something.
It's not about afraid. I don't expect great things.
Oh, okay. All right.
In the same way I don't expect great things from spiders.
Uh-huh.
But like, there's less of like I don't know. It's something about spiders that's just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like with a human that's being crazy or like evil, it's like, well,
Yeah.
knew that was coming. But a spider, it's like, why are you moving that way? And then I don't like when I can see their eyes and shit. I also don't really like praying mantises because you could fully fucking see their pupils. Hate that.
They're like the alphas of the bug kingdom.
The first time I really like in person saw a fucking praying mantis's like eyeballs move, I was like, yeah, nah,
It's freaky.
this shit ain't for me.
Yeah.
Like I could never be like, I like to think I'm a very like, I love animals, wildlife kind of bitch. Could never be a Crocodile Dundee ass bitch though. No.
I used to, that I used to work at Six Flags, right? No, I guess not.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, I was like a singer dancer there, but when it wasn't it makes sense. It makes sense. It's not my proudest moment wearing like
Your proudest moment is instead the fucking pills. Got it.
Fuck, dude.
I'm just saying. Now that I know that, it's like anything that you're like, that was embarrassing. It's like, well, we know something that was more embarrassing.
I was choosing to be transparent with you. And this is the reaction I got.
Don't.
We're exchanging stories.
Don't
That's all
be
it is.
transparent with me. I'm gonna judge. Everyone wants to be I don't judge. No, I'm very understanding of things. But things that I feel like deserve judgment, I'm gonna judge hard.
Yeah, that kind of deserves judgment. I wouldn't be. Yeah, I'm not surprised that you would judge that. There is an easy solution, especially if it's right in front of me. Anyway, I used to work at Six Flags, and I was when I wasn't a singer dancer there, I was an announcer for the animal shows there, and there was a show where I had to hold a millipede.
No.
I would have to hold
baby. A millipede?
a millipede. Yes,
Have you ever seen a fucking caterpillar?
I've seen a caterpillar. Not
Does that gross you out?
The furriness of the caterpillar makes me feel
Oh
weird.
my God, I'm gonna pass away right now.
Why don't pass away? Why? What?
Because I'm thinking of too many fucking nasty ass insects. Oh, there was some kind of, my dad gardens.
Okay.
What was the bug that like, oh my God.
Locust.
Wait. Boll weevil? What? That could be so wrong because I'm going off of memory and I don't fucking know what it
Is this
is.
someone's name?
That's right?
That's the
That
name
has
of
to
the
be wrong.
bug?
There's no way I got that right on the first try.
Weevil sounds like that's a bug name. Boll weevil is interesting. Why? What's wrong with it? It looks nasty.
Yeah, it's like in the dirt and shit. And my dad like gardens, and like one time he like pulled one out, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Have you ever seen a mole?
Yeah, I've seen a mole.
Okay, it looks like kind of like, well, maybe it doesn't look like that. It reminds me of like a mole, but in insect form. And it's nasty, and it comes out of the ground and shit.
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, looks like I'll never be a gardener."
Yeah,
now.
do you not have a green thumb at all? You don't really mess with soil or anything like that?
It's not that I don't have the experience to say that I'm bad at it, but like I thought, like I like nature, and I like, you know, to a certain extent.
Can you camp? Or are you a camper? Ooh, yeah, I get that. Not from
I'll
you.
go in an RV.
Glamper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about camping that you don't like? Is it the possibility of spiders and
bugs and bears?
Ooh, shit. Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm also anemic, so I'm like always cold. So it's
yeah. Okay. So
what are we doing? I've camped like in an RV several times.
And you're fine with that.
Yeah, and I can like be outside all day, but like when it's sleepy time,
sleeping outside is a fucking crazy thing. Yeah.
Also, one time when I was like really little, my brother and I begged my parents to let us camp in the backyard. We had like a tent and everything. They're like, fine. So we're camping in the backyard, and then that night, all of a sudden, it starts raining, and we wake up to like there's water coming into our tent.
Holy shit!
And my parents are like, "Come inside. It's rain. Like, all right, let's get you cleaned up and like whatever." So like, it's not that like it lasted long, but like I literally woke up and like shit was wet in the tent.
That traumatized you a little bit?
Maybe. I don't feel like super traumatized though. I just feel like, do I really care about being able to say like, I spent a night outside on the fucking ground in a tent? Do I care enough to risk my life? Like, what if a bear is just feeling froggy that day?
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it depends on where you're camping, right? I mean, and bears will fuck you up. Supposedly, what do they say about bears? You got to act big, and they'll leave you alone.
If it's black, fight back.
Okay.
If it's brown, lie down. Because I think it's because like the black bears tend to be small or whatever, and like you can kind of like discourage them, and like if you like with physical whatever the fuck. Yeah. But like brown bears, the thing is like we're not their prey, and they know that we're not their prey, so they're not trying to like eat us. They're trying to fight or kill us when they feel threatened. So like there are a lot of stories of like people getting mauled by bears, and they like somehow find it within them in that moment in time while they're getting mauled to play dead. And the bear will kind of like nudge them to like see if like they're gonna move, and then it just leaves.
Fuck, dude. I would hate to do the wrong thing in front of the wrong bear.
Yeah. You get the riddle, the little like you get it wrong.
Yeah, so
the nursery rhyme.
Black fight back, brown lie down.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that. Yeah, we had a bear that I did go camping, and a bear came. Like we opened our food was destroyed. We had a cooler with a watermelon in it that was just ravaged, and it was a bear. Like it's not damage that raccoons could have done. So yeah, I've definitely we slept through it.
What?
Yeah, we didn't hear it.
Okay, 0 days without me screaming into a podcast mic. Sorry. Last time it was gout.
Every single time. Yeah, it's gout last time.
Because that is shocking.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'm also traumatized. Okay, I'm not necessarily traumatized from camping, but I'm traumatized from wearing open-toed shoes while camping. Because my cousin...
I'm so scared.
My cousin was showing her brother a big rock, and said, "Hey, Kuya, look at this," and then accidentally dropped the rock on his big toe. The entire toenail came off. We all looked at it. You know how kids look at things? They're just like oh, fuck.
Like it came off like that day?
A healthy nail came off right after the rock fell on his toe.
Right after the rock fell.
Yeah, it's not like it deteriorated and then it fell off. It was enough force and that big of a rock. She was showing him the rock because of its massive size. But this is a 5-year-old kid.
I'm literally the meme of that white woman with the numbers. Like, I'm like, how does that like, what?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Did it crack at like the root of it and like it came off that way? Or like did the nail instantly die and then like fell out kind of thing?
My brain remembers it being almost a whole nail. A whole nail. Not part of the nail coming off.
I'm trying not to look.
Yeah, it's kind of, and I just can't imagine what the toe looks like. The toe just being meat now. It's just meat.
The toe right now, currently present day, is like smoking a cigarette. Like, rock. I haven't heard that name in years.
I've been through that thing. It was the summer of 1999. Yeah, it was fucking many. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would like to trust you in a post-apocalyptic situation.
You also have to be smart. Like people are like, in the purge, I'm going for so and so. You think I don't got ops that I want to give a good like little 1-2 combo to? That's not smart.
Yeah.
You hide with protection
Okay.
so that you're prepared for shit that might go down. But you don't just go put yourself out there because you want to like work some shit out. Like what? Not smart.
Yeah, especially not in the beginning when everyone's. Well, it's 24 hours, right? The purge is 24 hours. That's short.
Is it
That's pretty
24 or
short.
is it 12?
24.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And then no emergency services. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a real horror movie to me because not that it's true, but the fact that it really displays the
It's like very like Lord of the Flies kind of.
Lord of the Flies scares me, man.
They've done studies on this shit and like little girls don't do that shit.
But just a group of 12 boys, 12 prepubescent
I didn't
boys.
say anything. All I'm saying is scientists and sociologists have done these studies and time again. The group of the little boys be turning on each other and doing crazy ass shit, and the group of little girls be like, let's delegate tasks.
Well, okay. Also, women develop at a earlier stage than boys do, right? Which is
So I've
why
heard.
5th grade boys look like fetuses and 5th grade girls look
Imagine
older.
me 5'8" in the 6th grade.
Dude, that's crazy. You're
Bruh.
just out there goaltending everybody.
My mom was one of my basketball coaches, and the way she would sit me a lot of the game because she was like, I'm going to get in trouble. People are going to think I'm like playing you a lot because you're my kid and like you're scoring too much and whatever. I have a vivid memory of playing at a Catholic school here at away game in Vallejo. And she was sitting me because I had scored too much in the first half. So I was like kind of benched. I'm begging her to go back in. And of course, all my teammates and the other coach were like, put her in. Like they were like living for that shit. But my mom's like, I'm going to get in trouble because I'm your mom. And I'm like begging her to put me back in. We're first of all, at this point, we're probably winning by a rough 55 points. Literally. And
Damn.
yeah. And whatever. So she's like, fine, go in. I go in and I score within the first like 10 seconds and she pulled me immediately back out. And she said, you scored too fast.
So you were kind of like, do you remember the end of The Incredibles? Where after everything is great,
Dash.
they put Dash in track.
I was the
field.
tallest on the court by a lot at any given time against any team until I was probably like in the 8th grade playing AAU. Maybe there would be a girl taller than me. And then I was also like bringing the ball up the court,
Damn.
blocking shots. I was like doing all that shit. Because you have to remember, also Vallejo Catholic School, Vallejo CYO, everyone is full Filipino.
Oh, so everyone's 3 feet.
When I tell you, I need to find a picture. I was really tall.
Uh-huh.
I was big since I was like 5 months old. My first birthday, I have pictures from my first birthday party. I'm wearing size 3T clothes, which is for 3-year-olds.
Yeah.
On my first birthday,
Yeah.
you can see me about to be popping out of those buttons.
Damn.
Like I was a big baby.
I was a big baby too. I was a big kid. I think I was like the only 3rd grader or 2nd grader that probably exceeded 100 pounds. I think that's pretty.
That sounds probably. I honestly don't know because I don't remember, but that sounds like that would probably be my truth as well.
Because you just grew fast.
Yeah, I was just like always hella tall. Like
that's a good thing though. People want. That's a good thing though. I don't know why.
So where are we from today?
Fucking Cebu.
Are you Cebuano?
No, I'm not. I'm Manilan. I don't know what the. What are you doing? You have a headache?
Manilan.
I know it's a dumb joke. Let me make the.
Let me make the joke.
Guys, I just wanna be
God.
God, you're like more apprehensive this episode than the last episode.
It's
Because of the
2
pills.
Celsius.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that also got me going.
Oh, shit.
Pissed me right off.
Speaking of, okay. What are your thoughts on like boy dinners? What in your brain, what's a boy dinner?
In my brain, what's a boy dinner?
Yeah. Because I think I had a boy dinner last week that might piss you off.
It's hard. See, I feel like I can't judge as much here because I be having girl dinners.
Ooh, what's a girl dinner? Moscato and...
Last week, my girl dinner was the Trader Joe's brand of Takis, which are like not as abrasive, basically, but they're like really good. With found a new dip. It's called... And it's like, why do they have to name it shit like this? Like, you were doing so good. But it's called guaca salsa. It's like guacamole mixed with green salsa. They didn't have to do that. They could have just like explained it. But like guaca salsa, okay.
You would prefer it to be an actual explanation of guacamole with salsa. And that's...
Yeah. Or
Trader
just
Joe's
a different name. Don't fucking just do that. That makes me mad.
Don't combine it.
Yeah. What is this? A Filipino first name?
Wait, so that's such a good joke. Yeah.
He's like, that is, I'm going to write that down.
I asked my mom what she was going to name me. Side tangent, and we'll get back to what we were talking about.
I love this. I love this topic.
She said it was between Christian or Christian Carl.
Oh no.
And I was hella mad. I was hella mad. I'm like, you're going to name me, kids are going to call me
Can
Carl?
I one up?
Go ahead.
Okay. Not Filipino. Not necessarily a Filipino thing, but thank God I ended up being a girl because my mom told me, and girl, we're putting you on blast. So sorry, because I know some of her friends don't know this. When she found out I was a girl, she named me my name. She wanted me to look like a man on a resume for job opportunities. Smart. Joke's on you. I went into art. But she told me later if I was going to be a boy, she was going to name me. First name, Ty. T-Y.
Okay.
Middle name, so space. Middle name, Reese. Reese.
Tyrese.
So I'm in trouble and it's Tyrese.
Tyrese, come to the kitchen. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That would have been so fucking embarrassing.
That's crazy. But you would have been, do people call you Ty now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like almost everyone calls me Ty.
That's a nice
It's
nickname.
rare, I feel like, that people call me Tyler.
Shit, I called you Tyler 3 times on this podcast. Can I call you Ty?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ty.
Immediate.
I have a friend who named his son Justin, and his middle name is Credible. And it's because his ex-wife lost a bet that he got to name.
But why the baby gotta suffer? Why the baby gotta be wrapped up in the damn bet?
Babies have no control over it, right? Yeah.
And then they grow up and then they're just like mad as fuck.
I mean, they just don't tell people their middle name, maybe.
See, but then they could never have me as a friend because I'm asking. When I become friends with someone, I'm asking what your middle name is, and I need to say a baby picture. That's literally what I did with him.
You asked him what his middle name was?
Well, I think we did. What did we do? I think we did baby picture first. Wait.
I just volunteered the baby picture. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought I demanded it.
Here's my middle name also as an extra. Here's my baby picture.
No, like this happened literally 2 days ago.
Uh-huh.
You showed me a baby picture and I didn't demand it?
We didn't. No, I was like,
That's so rare.
Do you demand baby
Yes.
pictures?
We had got on the topic of like just how I was talking about how like I only have like 7 photos of myself or whatever, and I found this baby picture.
Uh-huh.
And then because we were also talking about how I had this like childhood dog,
Okay.
and we were both in this Lego cart.
It's the cutest. Should I show you?
I would love to see it, and we'll put it on the episode.
Where?
I had it from.
Oh, I was like, what?
You definitely give me vibes of like, can I see you as a baby?
Because I love babies. I love babies.
You
I
want kids?
nannied. Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Are you
Me
kidding?
too. Fucking. I don't know. We live in a day and age where a lot of people are just like,
No, that's fine. Like, I totally respect people. Like, I'm not one of the people who's like, you're fucking weird for not wanting kids. I totally get it. Me personally, I definitely
you want kids. How
This
many
is him.
and what? Oh, that's you?
How?
Mestizo.
Ru-
Dang.
That's what my mom said when she saw it.
Mestizo. Yeah, dude. That's crazy. That's you?
That's exactly what my mom was like. Damn,
Bogey
he's
and
hell.
bogey inside of a Mega Bloks cart. Not even a Lego cart.
Yeah.
Mega Bloks cart. That's a flex. man.
OG.
Yeah, look at that. That's so cute. Cuter baby than
How
me.
many kids? I would say ideally 3,
Okay.
but I feel like I'm not going to have 3. I feel like I'm probably going to have 2 because I'm probably going to get tired.
Tired of 2?
Labor.
Oh, the labor.
Yeah.
You don't think you could push them out fast? I don't know if that's a crazy question. I don't know how it...
Well, shit like that is not.
That's a case by case thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also like, I be running through crazy topics with friends. That's not that crazy to ask me, I feel like.
Okay.
My mom had a really easy labor with me. Like super easy. Like the doctor told her she had to slow down because like the nurses started the process. The nurses started the process. And usually it's like the doctor comes in at like however long after, like to like finish the job. And I was about to come out in like a push. And like they had to be like, whoa, the doctor's not here yet. It's like slow down. And then like the doctor got there and then she pushed and I literally was out.
Wow.
And I have anxiety. So I'm already tripping over my labor is going to suck.
Oh, I see.
And my mom always says this shit where she's like, well, you know, they say like you have a similar labor to like what your mom's labor was like with you. And I'm like, okay, you and your sister have the same mom. Your sister had a labor that was like over 24 hours. That's insane.
That's crazy.
And my mom's was hella quick. So I'm like, clearly that's not correct.
What is hella quick? What is that? How much?
Like a few hours, maybe,
Wow.
or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's you just wanted out, I guess.
Yeah.
I was a C-section baby. I just found out that if a mom gets a C-section, she always has to get a C-section.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, C-sections for like during labor are easier because it's just like an easier process to like get it out, whatever.
Yeah.
But the recovery is way harder.
Yeah. I mean, I just
they're cutting
can't
through like muscle and shit.
I just can't imagine the first doctor was just like, yo, you know what? Cut her open. Yeah, cut her open.
I'm also not the kind of girl who's like, and again, this is not judgment to other people's choices. Like, do you, boo? Me personally, I'm getting them drugs.
Yeah, some people want to do it all natural, and I'm like, that's crazy.
Hell no.
My grandma had 10 kids.
Naturally?
Naturally. 10 kids. All in the Philippines, so she for sure didn't get a C-section. Pushing them out. Like a factory.
Have you ever seen Apocalypto?
Yeah.
Bruh, when she has that fucking baby
Yep.
and like the water's rising and she just like fucking...
She has to. You got
That
to.
is insane.
The adrenaline, you don't have a midwife there, you're not in a hospital, you're in water. I guess, yeah, I mean, some people still do that, but in the midst of what they were going through.
I can understand the appeal of like a home birth or like a water birth, but then I think about, oh, you're not getting an epidural pretty much like ever when you do those things. And it's like, once again, nope.
Crazy.
Give me that pain medication.
Gosh, I wish it was a little more chill to have birth or to give birth. I mean, not that I have to go through it. I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, but it just sounds crazy. But I guess that's part of like the beauty of it is that you work so hard for something. So I don't know. I'm trying to be poetic about it.
Which I can understand, but also, nah.
You want it to be easy. You want to blink and the baby's
You ever
there.
seen Spy Kids?
Yeah.
You know, like how they had that like magic microwave where like they put the packet in and then it turns into like a whole fucking Happy Meal?
You want it to be like that?
Yep.
See, it would be cool.
In and out.
I used to think that we were legitimately dropped off by storks. What they used to tell us as kids.
You ever like think about like dumb moments because you were a kid, like of the way that you thought about how things worked?
I think about that. Me
Okay.
as a grown man.
Okay, I think I have the singular dumbest child moment / thought ever. Okay.
Please.
I have the vivid memory. I'm walking outside of my house on the street, like playing outside, like as a kid, like on the weekend or something. Okay. I thought that the way your I guess like stomach and digestive system worked is like when you eat, it doesn't just go, like you ingest it and it like goes to like your digestive system. I thought more or less we are hollow. So you eat, it goes to your feet. And then it builds like this. It builds up your body throughout the day. So I remember that day, all I remember is I definitely had eggs as part of that breakfast. And I'm like little, I'm probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I had eggs as part of that breakfast. And I don't know what else I had, but I remember I was like so full. I remember literally walking and going like, I'm so busog.
You
Like-
would say this? Wait, stop. You would say busog as a kid?
Yeah, I literally didn't know the English word for busog until I was like in high school. I was like, what's the equivalent?
I'm so busog.
Yeah.
Full?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's like how I like didn't realize like, oh, sabao is broth in English.
Yeah.
I used to just be like, you know, like sabao. And then like my like non-Filipino friends would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like the fucking like.
Yeah, I had that
shit
similar
like that.
issue. Because no kid
But you
says the word
speak-
broth.
You can speak Tagalog.
Yeah. ish.
No.
But you just knew the jargon, the words.
Yes.
Okay.
Like we just like I didn't know the English words for things sometimes. Anyway, so I'm like walking and I was like, I'm so besug, like I must be up to here after that breakfast. Like literally. I think about that all the time.
I'm hungry. Food is only up to my ankle.
Yeah.
That's gout.
And then I thought that like when you I thought that like when you like went to sleep it like reset for the next day. Like the next morning it's empty again.
The mind of a child is beautiful. It's so creative. That shit an adult would never be able to come up with.
Yeah.
I used to think that kids came from the supermarket. And
Who told you that?
My brother. And my brother said that if I was bad, my mom still had the receipt. Yeah.
My brother used to say that I was delivered to the front door. Like by like fucking FedEx and UPS. I think it's because he got it. I think it was like Cheaper by the Dozen, like that movie or something. Like they made that joke. And I think that's where he got it from. But he literally used to be like FedEx or like UPS like dropped you off. And I would be very upset. And also like we like didn't look the same. So I was like really believing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's scary. Yeah, I don't think you've ever met my brother. Maybe you met my brother? Yeah, you saw him at an event.
I have not.
He looks nothing like me. So him saying that I was adopted when I was younger, very believable.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit like that was
Same.
scary. Can I say something very transparent and no one's going to judge me?
No promises. Because you started off really fucking strong.
Okay. Well, when I was young, when I was a kid, I heard the word like STD getting thrown around. And I thought I had an STD as a kid. And basically, it was just dry balls. And it was to the point where I was a kid and I told my parents that I just had, it was itchy down there and I showed my parents. And I said, I have an STD.
So when we say like when you're little, when you're younger, what's like the age range?
I was...
You're going to say some
6. I was not.
I thought you were going to be like, I was 14. And I was going to be like, what the fuck am I doing here?
That's
right now?
crazy. No. I understand. I'm a fully grown man. I've gone through life and experience and I understand how things are.
6 years old.
I apologize about the dry swallowing of the pill. That's definitely a dumb
That's what
boy
we're
moment.
apologizing for. As you should.
This is me being 6.
But we also just, okay.
This is me just not hearing the word, knowing that I had to do with my thing. And I was just like, hey, who can help me? My parents. And so I remember.
Who can help me? My parents.
Yeah, I didn't even understand what STD stood for. So I went downstairs because it was, I don't know, kids don't moisturize and shit gets itchy, right? So I was just like, hey, look. And they were laughing. They were kind of giggling. So you don't have an STD. And it was that. Yeah, I regret telling that story almost.
I think we let that breathe so that everyone can really sit with. I need to make eye contact at every fucking camera right now, just so we're all on the same page.
You don't have a story like that? I'm not going to let that breathe. You don't have a story
I have
that's
a lot
crazy?
of funny ass stories and crazy stories, not like that.
There was not a moment where you were like, that's silly. That's dumb.
Okay, not like that.
Okay, all right.
There's someone somewhere.
There's someone somewhere, right?
I was embarrassingly old when I realized that hot dog on a stick was a corn dog. And it wasn't until it's because I was walking through the mall and I saw one of the employees actively making one, and they dipped it in the batter, oil, and I go, that's a fucking corn dog. And I'm not even gonna say how old I was.
But you just thought this is recent or something.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like that recent. But it's also like, it's not like I was 6 or I was 8. It was older than that, and that's fucking embarrassing.
Were you a smart kid?
Yeah.
Were you?
That's why it's embarrassing.
Okay. I mean, because no one's really ever thinking about hot dog on a stick and making that correlation. I knew it was a corn dog.
I've always loved food. I love corn dogs. Why would I? And I had gotten hot dog on a stick how many fucking times?
But you never correlated it saying like this.
No, I was like, oh, I want a hot dog on a stick.
Would you call corn dogs at home?
Corn dogs.
But
do you understand why this is embarrassing now? Because what the fuck?
Yeah, that's funny. It's really funny. I used to walk around with chicken bakes in my pocket. Because I think James used to make fun of me. Because I would go to band reviews and offer people chicken bakes, and they'd be like, "Yeah." And then I'd
So
pull
you're
out
like
my-
one of like the old school flashers, like or like the, but it's just fucking chicken bakes.
It was in my cargo shorts.
Did they fucking unzip at the knee?
Yeah. So yeah, I could temperature control.
This fucking guy.
What is going on? This is me.
Please write a fucking book. This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this is my life. Yeah.
Dry swallowing pills. He think he got a STD because he dry somewhere when he's 6. And then he's offering people chicken bakes out of his fucking zippable cargo short pockets. Were they even warm still?
Yeah, because they're foiled up.
And this was at band practice, you said?
This is band reviews.
Band reviews.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I'm sorry, I do not know what that is.
Sounds fucking...
It's a competition. I'm sorry. Yeah, marching band competitions.
Once I did, against my will, in 7th grade, I did a traffic patrol competition because no one wanted to do it anymore at my Catholic school. So they forced all 7th graders to do traffic patrol, and then we had to do a competition at the fairgrounds.
Like this?
Yes.
They have competitions for this?
Highlighter, fucking sash, and hat. And you have to march in lines and fucking 90-degree angles and shit.
What do you get graded on?
Like how orderly your fucking lines and turns are as like a fucking whole patrol. And
Are there simulated cars coming for you to be able to give
no,
simulated?
the competition is just about like, it's just the performance of it all.
Uh-huh.
But it has nothing to do with the actual traffic patrol.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing. That sounds...
It did feel fascist. It did. Because I was like, I shouldn't have to be doing this.
Yeah.
You're making me do this because no one wants to sign up. And then you're making me have to do it. And then I've always been like hella tomboy.
Yeah.
Like my whole life. And I was not a fan of those fucking ugly ass skirts. I love a good skirt now. I literally wore a skirt earlier today for the other shoot that we came from.
Mm-hmm.
And I love a cute schoolgirl kind of skirt. Like you could rock that. You could turn it into a fit. But it's got to be a certain length. We were wearing shit like we were fucking like Little Women.
Wow.
Like that era.
Wow.
You know, like it had to be like down here and then it was fucking ugly. And then like we have a polo and shit. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't wear the fucking shorts.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't allow it for the track patrol competition.
You had to wear your skirt.
I had to wear a skirt. It felt fascist.
Were you a hall monitor?
We didn't even have those.
Yeah, neither did we.
And also, I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking narc.
Yeah, you tell him. Look at the camera. You tell him.
But I did bring like my guitar and shit to recess.
Ah. Yeah, at least, I mean, that's better than bringing a ukulele to school, I'd say. That's cooler.
I did both.
I mean, the ukulele was more portable, but you know, if someone played guitar, they had a better...
The guitar was more of a statement, and I was like, fuck, I'm being perceived hella right now.
I mean, what would you do? Would you just play it during lunch? Did people ask you to play for them?
Just during, because we had recess, then some more classes, and then lunch. So just during recess.
Oh, okay.
But you know what else? Because I know some of the people are going to watch this. The people who used to like bully me for shit like that are trying to like reconnect now and shit. And it's like, bitch, you told me that I would never be able to do music, that I couldn't sing, all this shit. And it's like, what was I playing at recess? Fucking Jeremy Passion.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Gabe on Doc. Now we're mutuals.
Look at that.
So, to everybody
that.
who's like, bitch, you can't sing.
I am angry
And that's
at
why
those
your little
people.
brother's in my DMs. All of you.
Damn.
Sorry.
Damn.
I'm not sorry.
No.
Fuck with the wrong bitch.
And that's how it is. I know a lot of this entire episode has just been us shooting the shit and whatnot. But on a real note, if I could give you your flowers and whatnot.
Oh, God, I'm scared.
Okay, you don't like compliments. That's fine. Don't just
He remembers.
steamroll past it. No, dude, you're fucking killing it. Of course,
you.
These people should be mad. You should be mad at these people. And they should be embarrassed to have ever doubted you.
Period.
Because, you know, and I told you when you first came on the podcast last year, I said, I'm predicting it right now. You came on the podcast March of last year. I said, you're going to be my top artist of the entire year of 2024. And what did I screenshot and send you? The fact that you're my top artist.
I appreciate that so much.
And I listened to a fuck ton of music. And it's not me being like, having a bias or anything like that, but objectively, truly, like, you are fucking killing it.
That is so fucking cool. That's really cool. You know? Because I do see a lot of the music that you listen to, and you have really good taste in music.
Thank you.
So, plus you can sing, like, all this shit. And it's like, you know, certain accolades that are, like, super high level, like Grammys and shit. Like, of course, like those are like amazing, fantastic, super fun. But like the most fulfilling shit for me has been the little shit like that. Like Jeremy Passion, shout out Jeremy, like saying that like he likes my work. Like that's like that shit, because that's like directly tied to like childhood shit. And so like, and then like you, again, sending me a screenshot like that. Like that shit is so cool. That's like real life reach. We talk about this all the time, like social media reach versus like real life reach. Like I remember, not that I have that many more followers now, but like when I was probably like sub 2,000 followers, but like I would like go out in LA like to like a club or something, and someone would be like, "Are you so and so or whatever?" Like, "Oh my god, like I know this song," and I'd be like, "What?" Like I literally have less than 2,000 followers. What the fuck? And then like there were always these conversations. Like it's a recurring theme almost. I feel like with like a lot of my close homies in the industry, like there's the real life reach versus the social media reach, and sometimes you can have both, and that's great. But like sometimes when you're still in the early stages of your career, like if you had to choose one or the other, nothing beats the real life reach, you know? So it's like moments like this, like you saying things like that, again, like the Jeremy Passion Gay Bond doc kind of like connection, like the full circle moments, stuff like that. So fucking cool. And we've also had conversations about, there are a lot of people who, you know, whatever gets you going as a creative, like whatever works for you works for you. But a lot of people are very much like, I don't make content or art or X, Y, and Z for the haters or the whatever. Like I make it for the people who've always supported me or whatever. I'm like, yeah, if you're talking about who I make it for, sure, for the people who have supported me and myself and everyone who has helped me get to where I am, definitely. But maybe it's the athlete brain that I have, where it's like, but it is extra motivation to achieve certain things that people told me I had no shot at. And like, if it works for me, it works for me. Like, you know what I mean? So sometimes these moments where I'm like meeting people that I like looked up to and had a direct impact on my artistry growing up, and being able to meet them now or like be mutuals with them or even make music with them now, like that shit is so cool. And it's like, actually, I do deserve to flip the bird to some of these fucking people who like, there are so many kids that like don't ever get started and could really give the world so much good shit, but never get started because there are people who fucking like squander that shit before it ever gets going. So it's like, when those of us who just like, it's not even that we had some crazy talent compared to other people. A lot of times it's just that we started and we didn't stop. And that's what really set us apart. So like for me, sometimes to those of us who are in that position where it's like, that's really us. Like, sure, we have talent and like passion and shit, but a lot of where we are right now, like where you are with the pod and like me with my music and whatever, and like Yacian with all the fucking shit he does. It's not even just about like that we have this talent. It's more about like we started putting in the work and we just never stopped. And like when you look back on the haters, so to speak, right? It's like we deserve a little second to talk our shit.
Absolutely.
You know? And I don't like that it's kind of like frowned upon to like kind of talk your shit in that way. Or like you're giving too much attention to those haters. Well, no, like they like impacted my life in a way, whether I like it or not, for however many years they did. And now that I'm on the other end of it and able to use these moments as like a celebration, looking back and seeing how far I've come, like actually, that's the thumbnail. No, was that the thumbnail for the last one?
You did 2 last time.
Don't do that one. Let's not do that one. But anyways, that was my TED Talk.
That, to go on that, or to add on to that, yeah, I mean, there's so many full circle moments that I see in you as, once again, now that like I feel like we're friends. We're friends, right?
After the pill story. Well,
what the
debatable,
fuck, dude? But yeah.
Yes.
Friends, and like to also be a fan on top of that, right? To be able to see these full circle moments as a creative, to fully be on your side, and to see you meet some of these people that had a direct impact on your musical journey, and to collab with them, and for some of them to say, I'm a fan of you as much as you are a fan of me.
That is crazy.
You know? For like Jeremy Passion to say something like that, for you to meet Gabe Bondoc, who is one of my dream guests on this fucking podcast because he has had an impact on my musical origin story.
I think we're gonna manifest that for 2025.
I'm really hoping so.
Yeah.
I met him once at Ceremony Mall, and that was
Of course.
when I was like 14, and he was the nicest guy.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to meet people that have not only impacted your musical journey, but have also impacted my musical journey, and to hear it being in this creative space where I interview and get to talk to a lot of people in the community, and a lot of them have mentioned you just off to the side. Yo, I mean, like because of your podcast, like now I listen to Tyler Lauren, or they say
That's
like, oh,
so fucking cool.
or people saying like, I had Adrian Marcel on, and he spoke off camera deeply about your
Adrian!
voice.
What?
Yeah,
That's wild.
He was saying like she got something,
Really loud
man.
and proud.
I like in high school, I was like, if I got to work with Adrian Marcel, that would be so fucking cool. And like now we have like demos and we're like thinking about other shit to do like this year. It's like it really is like they're really surreal moments.
Yeah.
It's like wild.
And sometimes you forget about it because you're in it. And I'm sure
Yeah.
when it first happens, you're like, it's crazy, but then it becomes the norm. But it still doesn't change those moments where you are up at night and you're thinking like, you know what's fucking cool is that I do get to make music with Adrian Marcel.
Yeah.
You know what's fucking cool is that I can chop it up with Gabe and Jeremy like that, and it's easy.
Wild.
You know, you get to meet some of like your heroes. Like that, a
Yeah.
full circle moment for me was like CRSB, because I grew up listening to their
Dude.
shit, and now what? I mean, I just chop it up with them. You know, stuff like that.
It's really because we just didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
We like started an idea and like things that we were passionate about, and we just didn't stop.
Yeah, and sometimes those haters, as much as we want to talk shit to them, as much as they are a hurdle, sometimes they're the catalyst behind it.
Yeah. And I know they hate that shit.
They fucking hate that shit, but they fuel that fucking flame. My brother thinks when my brother is a ripped motherfucker, and it pisses me off, but I love him so much. But he says that when he's at the gym, he thinks about all the people that bullied him for being scrawny and quiet and nerdy when he was growing up, right?
Yeah.
And now he uses that as this catalytic force to now he's turned into this fucking buff guy.
Fucking guy.
This fucking guy. But I mean, all that to say, that's analogous to being a creator, where people when they don't believe in you, it's always nice to see. It's always nice to say, well, look at me now, motherfucker.
And it's like, that's how I was with basketball too. It was like, I would go like a smooth like 80% if it was just a regular game. But once you start talking shit, I'm going fucking Avatar state.
Boom.
You know? And it's like, why is that so wrong to do in the creative? It's not. It's not to do that it's not wrong to do that in the creative space. For a while, I kind of like strayed away from that mentality. But I was like, again, going back to what I said, if it works for me, it works for me.
Yeah.
If I lock in extra hard because I just thought about someone from the 6th grade who said some stupid shit to me,
Yeah.
well,
Look at that.
it got the job done.
And I'm sure they see it now. I mean, yes, art is subjective, but with your voice, it's objectively good. It's like you're
Thank you.
you must
I
have
really
jammed a
appreciate that.
pencil in your fucking ear if they don't think your voice is good.
It's actually crazy because like the amount of memories I have of like being at my locker at my Catholic school, and like one day, for example, like I don't know how, like there were some guys in my class who found out that like I had a dream of mine was to like go to LA, because this is like when I was younger and I thought like going to LA was like the must to pursue music, you know, like. So I was like, yeah, like I would love to do that one day. And they were like, don't do that. Like you can't sing, like literally telling me like crazy shit.
That's
like,
crazy.
And I was like, okay. And of course, I'm not saying that like I was like some fucking good ass singer in the 6th grade. That's crazy. But like it would be like within a year later, like a couple other friends who had heard me sing for the first time were like, you can sing. Yeah. So it's like, okay, it wasn't like as bad as they were making it sound. And just like, just bullying in like various ways, you know? And it's just like, for example, going to a school where it was like mostly full Filipinos. I was always taller. My hair was different. I'm literally half black, right? And like my mom would always growing up be like, it's okay. Like you want to be tall. Models are 5'10". Like, you know, like they have to go through childhoods where they're super tall, like whatever. I'd be like, girl, I don't want to hear that shit right now. Like, I want to look like everyone else. And now it's like the same people who are like, oh my God, like, I wish I was your height and like, I love your hair and all this shit. And I'm like, do y'all not remember the shit that you were saying to me like before? So it's just like, what does Michael Scott say? How the turntables. How the turntables. Also, sorry, ADHD. This fucking jacket, I was just telling him, is going platinum on my social media because I keep having it like in my car as like my throwaway jacket. And then I end up getting cold and then I put it on. So it's been like in like the last like million pieces of content. So sorry for everyone that
It's
like,
your brand, the gray
she's
zip-up
over
hoodie.
repeating. Yeah, I bought it. Do you not want me to wear it more than once? Ugh. Anyways, I like how I just like pivoted like
It's
immediately.
expected. It's okay.
It is expected. Thank you.
I'm used to your ways now
Yeah.
at this point. Come the second time that we've interacted.
Yeah. It just gets worse from here. So
That's okay.
buckle up.
It just gets worse from here too. Me.
Well, yeah.
I'm only telling you some of these crazy stories because
I
I
don't
felt
know how it gets
remotely
worse
than what I just told you.
the pill.
It can get worse. I have stories that I'm probably still omitting because of one day we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, you have to like, again, you have to ration
Yeah.
per episode.
I can't put it all out there in one episode.
Come on.
You gotta wait till
That's
we
like
come
Usher
back.
with the Confessions album. He was never going to top that.
Yeah, like everything after that, and then he comes with
And he dropped good shit after that, like Love in This Club. Love in This Club Part 2 is better with Beyonce. We know this. But like he dropped good shit throughout the years here and there. You can't top Confessions.
no. There's no
You
way.
fucked up. You did it too early.
Too early. I don't want to peak too early. I mean,
There's no way to, like, there was no way to top that.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
So I mean,
Just
we'll
had to
save it for the next ones. I mean,
Write them down.
We built a good rapport. At this point, well, just to put a cap on it, shout out to you.
Thank
Shout out
you.
to you, girl. Like,
Shout out to you. This is my fave pod.
thank you. That means
Yeah.
the world. I don't
And I
know
watch
what I'm doing.
pods.
That's cool. That's
I
fucking
watch
dope.
on YouTube more than I listen. I listen in the car, but like when I do my makeup, I'm a podcast girly these days.
You want to see their faces and,
and
everything.
most of the podcasts that I watch are all girls or mostly girls.
Mm-hmm.
And we know the jokes that I'd be saying about men and how my general feelings. And so, giving you your flowers, don't make me regret this shit. I don't give men flowers.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a very good podcast. You're very good at what you do.
Thank you.
And I can tell that a lot of it is preparation. And I respect that because people sleep on preparation these days. But you're always very well prepared. It's very comfortable. You're a Cancer. I know it's important to you that guests feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I really like the new setup. Since last time I was here, it wasn't like this.
Thank you. Last time it looked like a bedroom. Oh, you're like specifically Bobby Darin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We fuck with Julie London too, but
Julie
Bobby
London's
Darin
good.
is,
up there. Love that man. Love that man.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I value your opinion. You are a quality gal. And you know, I try to make sure that for you to fuck with this podcast, that means the world. That means the world. I sometimes forget that why I do this, who I'm doing it for, and when people give me those kind remarks, I'm like, fuck yeah, this is why I'm doing it.
it's hard to start a podcast in this day and age that's quality and not just to do it because you can.
Yeah.
It's quality.
I'm
So-
trying to not be a guy with cameras and mics. I'm trying
Yeah.
to be a podcaster.
No, you're doing it.
Thank you.
I would not. I feel like we should know, all of us here and also in the chat, should know I don't just be saying shit like that. Like, because there really is an epidemic of men buying mics and cameras and just,
Saying shit.
oh my God, in the worst
Saying
way.
shit.
And I'm like, shut up. I can't actually. Like, I know I can just keep scrolling, but also I feel like I'm getting fed shit against my will. This podcast, top tier.
Thank you.
Really enjoy it. The guests are great. You're really good at adapting. It's like, do you have Libra in your chart? We have to find out.
I think I might. I was born on June 30th. I was born around 6 a.m. in San Francisco. I don't know if that's enough information for you to find
Not
out.
off the top of my head, but we
I've
can
talked
put
about
in
it in a podcast
Okay.
before and broken it down. I just
We'll
have
come back to this.
We will.
Because the point was you're very good at, like, you can mesh with a bunch of different personalities. And I'm like a lot for my personality. And
You're
I feel
fun.
like we work well.
I feel like I don't have to work at all socially to kind of mesh with you.
Perfect.
There's some guests that I have.
I used to be really, really, really shy. Like, really shy.
Really?
Only comfortable around like my family.
You seem like that
Like,
type of
not
kid
talking.
that would just walk up and talk to a person and be like, I like your shirt. Yeah.
No. I like was not talking. I would send my little cousins who were more talkative than me. Like my Lola would be like, I'm gonna park the car. Tell them like we need a table for like 4 or whatever. And I'd go inside and I'm like definitely significantly taller and older than them. And I'd be like, tell them we need a table for 4. And they'd go up and be like, excuse me, we need a table for, wait, are there how many? And I'd be like, like I was like not talking to people. Look at me now. Neurodivergent.
Well, whatever it is, it's working for you. I
Thank
think
you.
You're a very interesting individual. You're the opposite of boring. I'll tell you that.
Perfect.
Sometimes the way that you say things or interact, it's kind of like, have you ever seen a dog kind of just tilt its head?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like I do with you whenever you do something.
See, I take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Boring bitches never made history.
Hell no. I'm down for the weird. You're kind of weird. Yeah.
Not like Bay Area definition of weird.
Yeah. No. Like, hey, don't be weird. Yeah.
Like fun.
Quirky.
I'm not bored. Yes, quirky. Oh my god, I'm so quirky.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking quirky. Yeah.
The hair.
That
That was so natural. That was like so just the middle finger.
Yeah, I know. I have weak wrists, and I could do this fucking
Weak.
thing.
Do you have small wrists?
They're medium
Even
sized,
the way
I
you
think.
just said that was so Filipino mom.
You want to see something crazy? I had a friend that said that it's sissy-lala fingers because they go this way. So it kind of looks like a blooming onion. My fingers look like blooming onion.
You're definitely double jointed.
Not the Outback appetizer.
There's something. Oh, and if I give a thumbs up, I give a thumbs left.
You're like
You don't even gotta do this. You gotta do this.
I have to go like this if I hitchhike, or else they're gonna be like,
oh,
"Where's he pointing?"
if I give a thumbs up, I give a thumbs left.
Should we read these questions that we
Yeah.
got? All right, so listeners out there, baddies, we did reach out on social media and we got some questions for Tyler for this episode, and we're gonna read them off.
You want to pick one of yours first?
I want to say this one because it's funny and you can answer it seriously or not seriously. What is it like to be famous?
My dog thinks I'm famous, and that's all that matters.
That's cute. Your dog thinks you're famous. That's
Yeah.
such a cute way to put it.
You'd have to be famous to have an answer. That's how I feel.
Well, do you ever get recognized?
Yeah.
That's a level of fame.
That's what I'm talking about. Real life reach versus social media. Because social media, I'm like, this shit is dry. And then I'll go out somewhere and they're like,
I know you.
are you Tyler Lawrence? I was coaching a basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should know this by now. I work in basketball, and like this is something that I want to do as long as I'm able to. Like in my mind, if music takes off, when music takes off.
Yeah.
I just love basketball so much. I always want to be involved in basketball. That's just like how I am. But I was like coaching a game and I'm like waiting, like the ball is on this side of the court. So I'm like waiting across the baseline.
Mm-hmm.
And like this guy's right next to me and he goes, excuse me, are you a singer? And I was like, fuck. Because I'm like in all my basketball shit. I was like, yeah. And he was like, I saw you perform at a festival in Oakland. I saw you at Hyro Day. And I was like,
wow.
period. And then like I told you, like other times, like it's mostly like at clubs and it's like a drunk girl like, excuse me, are you Tyler Lauren? And I'm like, yes. And oh my god, I follow you on Instagram since like last year, and like I saw that you sang this thing, and I follow you. I love your music, girl. And I'm like, love that. No one is gonna support you like a drunk girl that you have met for the first time.
Yeah.
Especially in the bathroom.
Drunk.
Y'all are missing out on the drunk girl in the bathroom experience.
That's why y'all take so long.
Listen, there's no more of a united front than drunk girls in the bathroom.
Dude, drunk men in the bathroom, you don't want to know it. Don't want to know it.
I'm scared.
They just say like, I don't know, weird shit, nice stream, bro, or
Be dead silent
What?
sometimes.
yeah, sometimes they just
What the
fart at the
hell?
urinal.
I need you to repeat what you just said.
Nice stream, bro.
Nice stream, bro.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I've had that
What?
said to me before. Even though the volume of a stream doesn't.
You've had someone say that to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe the children are future.
But we're kind of
wild.
just in and out there. Stop shaking hands with strangers, by the way, because there's so many men in the fucking bathroom that don't wash their hands. I see I see you leave. I see them just go straight from urinal to
And they
to
be
club.
doing extra stuff
Yeah.
in the bathroom.
Oh my
Like,
God.
more than girls.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all don't wash your hands. That's nasty.
That's nasty. I've witnessed this. I witnessed people not washing their
That's
hands.
terrifying.
Get up in there. And for people doing mukbangs with dirt underneath your fingernails, that's why you're not popping off right now. That's why there's extra flavor on your fucking chicken tender. Wash your
You
fucking
got
hands,
lemon
yo.
pep.
From last week.
Oh my goodness.
Underneath there.
That is so nasty that people behave that way. And also that somebody would say that to you in the bathroom.
Oh, you're still on that?
Because that's wild.
Yeah.
Nice stream.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, I've had some interesting things said to me. I've gone with friends to to a gay club before, and I was in a gay club bathroom. Didn't realize it was a gay club until the person at the urinal adjacent to me patted me on the shoulder and said, "Congratulations," and then left. And I don't know why.
That is really funny though.
It's so funny. And I was
Because
just like,
that-
"Oh shit!" I'm gonna-
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, it was one of those urinals with no partition. So
It's fucking insane that y'all just be fucking peeing next to each other. I don't fuck the partition. That's wild.
yeah, it's insane.
Lawless fucking country.
You guys have like flat screens and couches in the girls' restroom, right?
No. Sometimes they be nasty, but at least we have like a whole stall.
Okay.
But
Yeah, you
like
guys have a
sometimes
whole
I'm
thing.
like, where's the fucking decorum? Literally.
Do some girls miss?
Yeah, like
just
because
let it
sometimes
be?
drunk girls will be like, I'm like, fuck the seat cover, I'm gonna squat,
Yeah.
and then that's not good.
Yeah, the squat.
Like if you're gonna do it, then execute. But like you're gonna be drunk and try to squat,
Mm-hmm.
you can't even feel your legs.
Yeah, and you just miss it completely.
Yeah,
I hope that's only with pee.
I will say I don't really use public bathrooms at this point. Like
hold it.
I gotta really go because I'm over it. That shit will put me in a bad fucking mood.
Do you think about it with food too? The more you have to pee, it just builds up from your ankles up.
That's really embarrassing, guys. You can't be repeating that. It's gonna literally watch if that goes fucking viral. No, that's not. gonna
Oh,
go
I can
viral.
clip that part. That's funny. I just was open to you. I guess I told you about my elementary STD
That's true.
crisis.
Okay, all right.
Come on, guys. It
We're
could be
even, we're
worse.
even.
All right.
Oh.
Question.
Okay.
As we continue to just banter.
Is chili soup or stew? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Stew?
I agree.
No. Hot dog is not a sandwich.
I agree.
Cool. Should we move on? Do we want to deliberate on that?
I don't think we need to like say much more. I just feel like people are gonna be like, well, what's the criteria for? Okay, the sandwich one, I'm not gonna fucking elaborate on. Don't waste my time.
Come on.
The super stew thing, I really do feel like, sure, there might be like actual criteria, but at a certain point, I do feel like it's a feel thing.
Yeah, there's too many things in the
Yeah, and I also
chili.
feel like if we're starting to question, is it a soup? Then I feel like it's probably a stew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like soup has more sabao in it, you know?
What's your take on the Warriors being buns? Literally, quote, buns. What should they do to be better?
That's more on you. You're a basketball head. Oh, you got a lot to say about this.
I'm gonna keep it concise. Draymond's done so much good for us. I love him for the good that he's done, and I understand that you can't just love a player for only the good that he's done. People are gonna make mistakes. However, he really fucked shit up when he punched Jordan Poole. First of all, KD would have never left.
That is crazy.
You called KD a bitch because yo ass turned the ball over at the end of the game, knowing damn well you can't put the fucking ball in the bucket, and you have literally arguably the pound for pound greatest scorer, like physically at the time, the best scorer in the league. And you had the ball to win the game, and you want to dribble up the floor and then fall. And KD's like, what the fuck? Why would you not give me the ball? And he's like, you're a bitch. And then KD left. If he never left, Warriors would have won like fucking 7 rings. And
Draymond's a little aggro.
yeah, then he punched fucking Jordan Poole, and everything went into a spiral. And I just feel like the Warriors organization has enabled him in that way. and not held him accountable. And like, he's a grown man. He needs to answer for his own actions and shit. But also like, why are we enabling people like that? Like, that's crazy.
Do you think he should go into another sport where aggression like that is more acceptable, like the UFC?
I think he would do really well.
He's throwing fists already.
I think he could do well at football too.
I could see that. You could actually, because basketball, it's more graceful, you know?
Yeah.
There's no
I think he could
man-to-man
probably
contact.
be like, he could be like a fullback in football. Bring fullbacks back.
Yeah.
He probably really could. But yeah, that's my main thing. Obviously, I hate the fact that the Warriors are. I'm actually now I'm not acknowledging. I'm now realizing that question came in from a Lakers fan, and you know who you are, and I don't like that. But yeah, obviously it's very hard. My Niners didn't even make the fucking playoffs. Warriors are ass. At this point, just fucking tank. Just fucking tank and get the number 1 pick. I'm tired of this, but it's almost Valkyrie season. So that's what we're going to focus on. But that's like my main, I can talk about the Warriors forever. That's my main take. It's like how everything like went wrong. Yeah. Like it's a lot of shit, but like you can trace back a lot of this like downward spiral to like shit that Draymond did. And it's really fucking sad.
It sucks.
It's horrible. Also, have we covered the fact that I'm literally alive because of the Warriors?
Why?
The Warriors drafted my uncle. And then like my dad came from the South to California to the Bay when my uncle got drafted as like part of his like, you know, little like family crew came out here. And my mom was going to Berkeley at the same time. They met at a party.
So it wouldn't have happened without that. So I guess you got something to thank the Warriors for. That's right.
So I'm saying.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah. Next question. Before I get depressed.
Favorite thing about performing live?
I really do think that live music like is something like almost ancestral. Like I could be so depressed if I go see a live show. It's like, wow, life is so worth living. Like, you know? And I also think that like, and again, everyone do you, not coming for anybody's faith practices, religions, whatever, like go for it. But there are so many experiences of people who thought that like let's say people who like grew up regularly going to church and they thought that it was like more of the actual church aspect that is what really like spoke to them and like gave them like almost like experiences like I saw God kind of like experiences, right? But as they grew up and started to get more experiences with live music, they realized that like it was the live music aspect that was really speaking to me. Yeah. It really does feel ancestral. So I would just say anytime I get to be in a space with live music, I feel something extra. So it's really special to like be directly in the mix, like providing that to the audience. But also if you've ever been to one of my shows, the way that I'm yapping right now, I fully do. Yeah. And like, I've loved the feedback that I've gotten from a lot of shows where it's like, you're so funny. And it's like, and I'm not making that shit up. People really like, you're so funny. And sometimes I just like black out and start yapping. And it's really just like ADHD shit. And people find that funny. But I just like that I have like the space to like do a bunch of shit I love. Yap. Yep. Make jokes, make people laugh.
Well, that's the part of the whole performance is not only are you showcasing your vocal talent, but being a part of being an artist is like, who are you? Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why
I think that's what's missing a lot these days. Yeah. I think it's like, we have lost access to live shows in the ways that generations have had access to them. And so we're losing the art of like stage presence and like whatever. And it's like no slight to our generation or anything like that. It's just like we haven't gotten to see those things as often. Like, how many of our parents get to talk about like, oh, I saw so-and-so legendary act for like $2 and you're like, what? And now it's like $1 million fucking dollars to see someone who like promises a fucking hour and a half set and comes out for like 30 minutes. Like, it's just like, so I feel like we don't have as much access to that. And so it's becoming a lost art, like the stage presence part of it and like just being authentic and showing yourself. The other thing I will say is, the way I used to, like, when I was little, like, pretend I was the cheater girls in my room, like, with my friends or my cousins, and, like, one day be like, and I've been, like, writing bullshit songs, like, terrible songs since I was, like in kindergarten. And I'd always be like, just in case one day I need it. Like I would always say that shit to myself, like, in case I
love
need it one
that.
day. So like there's always a part of me that's like, wow, I'm like really on a stage singing songs I wrote. Like that's like so cool. Like I
is.
used to literally be like in pajamas in my pants, like thinking I was Galleria from the Cheetah Girls. And now I'm like, I get to like sing songs that I wrote. Like that's so cool to me.
And people singing your lyrics too.
That is also really
That has to be a
fucking cool.
crazy feeling. That has to be a crazy feeling that, I mean, because I was looking at your snippet of, you were saying True Love, and then you were teaching the audience the chorus if they already didn't know it, right? And that has to be an insane feeling to see them like repeat that.
I want to give a shout out to the couple that got engaged right before my set. So I opened for Justin Ozuka. Also super cool, full circle moment. Been listening to him since I was in middle school.
You referenced his song, I did so much.
Yes.
I've had that on repeat for so long, 2-3 years ago.
Same.
And that's was when I saw that he was coming to the Bay, and like everyone was commenting that you should open for him. And when it fucking happened,
I lost my shit.
full circle moment for you, full circle moment for me to know someone that could open up for this person.
That was so wild. I was like, what? I've been listening to you since middle school. I've had your song on repeat for the last like 2 years. And then all of a sudden I like wake up one morning and I get a notification like from him, like check your DMs. So crazy.
boom done.
But the couple that got engaged right before my set when I opened for him, apparently the guy's last name is literally True Love.
Stop.
Literally.
Whoa.
And I was like, what?
Moments like that.
So cool. And I literally told the audience, I was like, if y'all don't sing this so loud right now for the soon to be newlyweds, like we're going to have a problem. But like that crowd was so responsive. They were like, lately crowds have been like harmonizing and shit. And I'm like, how many fucking Filipinos are here? You're harmonizing? I didn't even teach you the harmony. You're harmonizing?
Maybe
That's
there's
crazy.
just that much music out there where people are just getting more innate with it, right? Or maybe you just have dope people coming to your shows.
But also like we both sing. So like
That's true.
we're like biased.
That
We're
is
like,
all, I
it's a
can't
harmony. Like, well, so what?
say.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool, dude. Yeah, nothing will replace live performance.
Nothing.
There is something you said ancestral about it. It is right there for that moment for you. It's not something that's ever going to be repeated in the way that it is. Sure, it could be recorded on camera phones and whatnot, blah 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 blah. But it is for you and those people right there in that moment, and will dissipate afterwards.
And it's always like like I always make jokes because I have a fucking theater degree. Like it's like a useless degree. Like also those jokes are funny, but also when you think about it, like if you're trying to get deep, it's not that deep, bro. Okay, let's just go with me there for a second. Art is the one constant. It's always necessary. It will always be needed.
We need expression.
No matter what the state of the world is, politics, religion, power struggles, doesn't matter. Art has always historically been necessary and will always be necessary. So it's like, I actually kind of, maybe it is useful. But that's also the other part of it is just like being able to like make art. Like you're part of such a long lineage and like historical culture of, it's really like in my mind like a societal remedy. Like it's informative. It's the fix for a lot of things. It unites people. I don't know. It's just like I could go on and on, but it's just like super cool that I have been given opportunities where I'm able to share such a vulnerable part of like myself and like just like my art in general. Whereas like before I would be in class, like I finished my assignment early, so now I'm gonna write a bullshit song that probably wasn't really that good at the time because I was a kid, but like always thinking to myself, just in case I need this, just in case I can make something of this one day. And now I'm able to go on stages and do that for people. And like that people are willing to, in this economy, spend their money to come and see me sing silly little songs. Like it's cool. That's really what it is. It's cool.
It's a blessing. It's your individuality. Anyone out there could be and not to downplay it, like engineers are fucking important. Like scientists are fucking important. Like that has its own thing.
Yeah.
But those are more like, in my opinion, replaceable. You could always get a good engineer, but no one could replace a Tyler Loren that wrote any of the Tyler Loren songs. There's not one person that could write it down like that. People can come up with numbers and can build a bridge. We'll figure out how to make a bridge. Any day.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But we could never rewrite any song that you have written. You know, that's impossible. Truly impossible.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
All of this is so cool.
It's fucking dope. I love art. It's our individuality. Should we get to the next? How many questions we got?
Let's do one more round.
Let's do one more. Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
What inspired you to hit the actress route?
I've always wanted to act to a certain degree because I was always into musical theater since I was like little, because my mom kind of got me into it and would force my dad to act out scenes and shit like in the kitchen when I'm like eating. Like, so I always wanted to act, specifically musical theater kind of acting, but I had really bad stage fright. I think I talked about this last time on the pod too, but if I didn't, I had really bad stage fright essentially till I was probably... Well, I just pushed myself, like I threw myself in the deep end, like when I was like 13, like doing like a talent show. I feel like this is far from my face. Still had stage fright all throughout high school. But of course, the more I performed, the easier it got. And then when I got to college, I was like, I do not feel compelled to study any of this other shit. I did study comparative ethnic studies with various like concentrations within that field for a few years, and I continued that also when I started pursuing theater. But I kind of like made the jump to getting a theater degree because that is something that is really sought after if you are looking for acting jobs, like that you have a degree in that field. Not necessary, but like it is something that, you know, it's kind of like people see that and like their eyes get big, you know, like when they look at your resume. So I was like, one, I want to act, but I'm someone that's very like, I want to study the craft. I don't just want to, and again,
Wing it.
there are some people who like have gotten roles on huge shows or in movies who have no experience and they're just gifted. And I like love that for them. For me personally, I'm just speaking on myself. I really like to be prepared about things. And like, I want to feel like I really like worked hard at like understanding and learning and being a student of the game, really. So I wanted to go that route, and I thought the byproduct would be I'm gonna soak up so much game when it comes to just performance in general, and I know that I do want to pursue music also, and I really do feel like studying that helped me with my stage presence and live performance. So I've always like wanted to act in some way, shape, or form, and I just feel like certain things just presented themselves at the right time, and I kind of just went for it. And then my parents were like super supportive of it, which was really cool too. So, but yeah,
That's
I've always, I mean, I told you, I wanted to be a cheetah girl.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Of course you're going to want to be on TV.
Of course.
All right. Next question.
Reality television. Callback. Hello. This one says, if you could make a festival, you have to answer this one too.
Okay.
If you could make a festival lineup with 3 headliners only, living or dead, who would they be?
Whoa, fuck. That's so
Can we just say,
tough.
like, it doesn't have to make the most sense genre-wise, like all 3. Like, you could just pick 3, like, to make, like, a super... Like, if you were making a lineup for yourself.
For myself, a lot of them are going to be oldies. I'm, like, such an old head. Oh, you don't want to go first? That's such a hard question. I want to throw Ray Charles in there. I need Ray Charles in there. That is someone who's writing and whose performance...
Hand to me.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
So good.
So good. One of my favorite songs in the world. Ray Charles.
Also, the beauty of this is like you might change your mind later, but like you're getting put on the spot. So like you gotta go with your gut here.
Bee Gees. I think I need some Bee Gees up in that thing. If like something like, you know,
Those would be some bangers.
the genres
Like hit
everywhere.
after hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then one more.
I'm actively thinking about who my 3 are going to be.
I mean, I could watch a whole concert of Bobby Darin since I fucking love Bobby Darin. I could watch a whole concert of Frank Tony Bennett. I could. Oh, there's so many. I guess I could throw a crooner in there, and if I'm already in that space, I guess I could throw. Yeah, I would love to see Frank. Pretty easy, but.
And his stage presence,
incredible,
crazy,
control that intonation,
just like so comfortable,
Yeah,
wild.
Yeah.
I saw Michael Bublé in concert. So good.
So good. I seen him live too.
Oh my God. So good.
And his banter, it's one of those examples.
So good.
So
Stage
charming.
presence. Yes. You know, he didn't even like, basically when he was a teenager, his dad heard him sing and he was like, dude, you can sing. And he was like, what? And he was like, they were like, we got to like make a career out of this. When he was a teenager.
Crazy.
Like didn't even like know he could sing really.
And I know he got into oldies because of his grandpa. One of the first times I've ever even heard of Michael Bublé, he was on this random like day talk show singing The Way You Look Tonight. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is what I want to do for a living.
Dude.
Cover my favorite oldies.
I'm so happy that you saw him
fuck?
live too, because I feel like whenever I talk about like he was so good, people are like, what the fuck? You saw Michael Bublé and he was so good. I'm like, yeah, bitch.
He's incredible. He's fucking incredible. I mean,
amazing. Oh my God. One of the best concerts I've been to. Okay.
yeah, your turn.
I have 3 already because I was kind of thinking about it when you were talking. I'm going to say for the performance vibes. I don't like using the word vibes, but it's fine. I just don't. I don't know why I feel that way. Okay. Tina Turner.
Ooh.
Just because like that would be a fucking set. Like what a show. What a performer. Then I feel like if we're talking about performers, if you're talking about like you just want like a top to bottom amazing show, I'm not even a Beyonce stan, but I feel like that's a solid choice.
You would have
on
to.
some like greatest performer alive.
Yep.
Honestly, like that would be like, you know. And I want to be very clear, I am not even a fucking Beyonce stan. I just am like, she's goated.
It is undeniable that she is
And
incredible.
she's getting better
in
and
everything.
better. It's crazy.
She could do it all. Yeah, trifecta.
But Destiny's Child was my favorite R&B group.
Oh,
So maybe I am biased in that way. And then I'm going to go with, in my opinion, the greatest vocalist of all time. I'm going to say Whitney. I'm going to say Whitney.
her national anthem alone, and the way her
Tears.
jaw moves during her
right.
vibrato. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude.
It's so good. All of her songs.
So many. I genuinely think I could sit here and go toe to toe with anyone like who has a different answer for greatest vocalist of all time.
You know, I have a video of me singing at my cousin's cotillion, and I was maybe 11 or 10 singing The Greatest Love of All.
No one sings Whitney covers more than Filipinos.
Yeah, no one does.
No one.
No one does.
No one.
Because everyone's afraid.
Yeah.
Everyone's scared to hit that note.
No, Filipinos are like, we'll do it.
Yeah.
If you blind listen to a cover of a Whitney song and you're like, that sounds like a black person, you gotta guess Filipino. It's probably just a Filipino who sounds like a black person.
Yeah.
Because black people are like, I'm not touching that shit. I'm
you
not touching
seen
it. Filipinos are like, that's my shit.
Have you seen the TNT boys? I think that's their name. The 3 Filipino boys that cover like Beyonce, and I think they.
The 3 little boys on like,
Yeah.
yes.
And they what?
Listen. by
Yes,
Beyonce,
listen.
All rise for our national anthem.
All Rise for a National Anthem. It's not
No.
It is Listen by Beyonce.
Yeah. By 3 little boys in 3-piece suits.
They're so young.
They're so young.
They still have placenta.
But okay. But are they young or are they small? What if they're like 12?
Shut the no. Okay, good. I'm happy you said 12.
Okay,
What if
okay.
they're just all whatever Gary Coleman has, and they're all just like 47, and they're just
If y'all could see Yasion's face behind the fucking camera right now.
We made the same exact face.
sorry. Is that out of pocket? Can I not say that?
No, it's just
I guess it's not.
What is going on? This is going to be like my favorite podcast episode like ever. This has gone so many different places.
Yeah. I think I want to mention I love, even though yes, it's kind of a long episode. I love everywhere that it's went. I love it. It's been fun, and if
It's
you're
a
having a
ride.
good time,
I'm having a great time.
I'm happy too.
Y'all having a good time?
Do you say that when you're on stage?
No,
Y'all doing y'all?
You know what I
having a
say
good
every
fucking
show?
time? What?
Every single show I say, and I tell people like, if you've seen me before, you've heard this every show.
Mm-hmm.
But I say, the more you drink, like tip your bartenders. I always take care of the bartenders. I say the more you drink, the better we sound.
Yeah,
And that is real.
that's a good one.
If you have a couple drinks before nerve,
I'll
you're
cry.
gonna have an out of body experience.
I'll cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying to see you live.
Let me know. Guest list.
Fuck yeah. Look into the barrel of the camera and tell the listeners where they can find you, what they have to look forward to next.
You can find me on Instagram at Tyler Lauren, TYLERLA. TylerLauren. On TikTok, I think I'm the Tyler Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter's the same thing as my Instagram, same spelling and everything. YouTube, Tyler Lauren. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube Music, wherever you listen to your music, I'm there. What can you look forward to from me this year? I'm dropping more music.
Good.
I'm dropping a rock song. I'm gonna try to drop
A rock song. That's so dope.
yeah, that's
Oh, fuck yeah.
I can play it for you after this.
Please.
We're trying to get in that country bag.
Hell yeah.
We're doing some jazz stuff. I'm doing some stuff with Yacy on this year.
Wow.
Not just content and like camera stuff. We're doing some music stuff. Something for the Lolas.
Oh,
So that'll be really fun. And I'm going to do my best to find the time to get back in my acting bag too. Some short film stuff, extra work, just more like cinematic kind of music videos too, and lots and lots and lots of live shows. Starting in a couple months from now, I'm going to get back to doing my live shows. So I would love if people could come out. I think that my live shows really tell the story of who I am and my artistry more than just listening on DSPs. So if you can make it out to a show, please, 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 please do. Please approach me if you ever see me. Don't be creepy or weird. Because then, like, don't be like a single incel man like she said to approach me. Don't do that shit. But if you recognize me, let me know. I'll take a picture. I'll do whatever. After a show, out on the street. I love talking to everyone. And also, merch, ?
yeah.
Yeah, stay tuned. So that's a lot of shit, but all that's coming this year.
Dope. And one more thing, go ahead and leave the listeners with a phrase of saying a piece of advice that they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, I'll just go with that, is like time and how time passes. And when we want it to pass faster, it can't pass fast enough. And when we want it to move slower, it's just always going too fast. But I think there's some solace that we can find in that like no matter how tough shit gets, world's going to keep spinning. Things are going to keep happening. And also in the same breath that can help us appreciate some of like the more fun things, the happier things, the lighter things, knowing that things are kind of fleeting. So there's a beauty and a curse in the whole like aspect of borrowed time, but I think that we wouldn't be as pressed to like make the most of what we have in front of us if we had all the time in the world. So when you think of things that way, whether you're in a sticky situation or you really want something to last longer than you know it will, time's going to keep passing. It'll keep passing. You'll get through it no matter what. And if you're listening this far, you already made it through some shit. And I think that's enough too to celebrate. So you made it this far. It literally cannot be that bad.
Perfect. Thank you. I had so much fun on this episode. Until next time.
Thank you.
Because there will be a next time.
There will be.
Whenever you want to come on, please. Holiday episodes. Anything you want to do.
Let's do a holiday episode this year.
Holiday episode. Just hit me up. And baddies, you guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the podcast because you're already here. I love you. Peace and bye.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.